Howdy, 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 folks, and welcome back to Pushing the Potters. It's episode number 13. And as you see on your screen, we're away at Celtic Park today for the Champions League. It's the first knockout round. It's going to be great for us. Let's just check, though, how we've been doing since we last met. As you can see on the screen, we're flying high in the league there. We are behind Manchester United, 57 points to their 62. But again, we've got a bit of a buffer, similar to last season, I suppose. A bit of a buffer down to the teams outside of the European places, predominantly Newcastle. But after that, it is a little bit tighter. It could, with 11 games to go, we have to stay focused. Let's see those results. So, you were with us for the 2-0 win over Hull. Finally, we started scoring, and again, we've continued to score, including the revenge over Leicester City. A 7-0 win at, I was going to say Filbert Street. Those of you old enough to remember that stadium will probably forgive me, but the King Power as it is now, or the Walkers, as you might have known it some time ago. So that was a 7-0. That was most gratifying. I love that muchly after the disappointment of losing to them at the Bet365 earlier in the season. We then played that second leg, and it was, we left it late. To be honest, I was half and half wondering whether away goals counted. It didn't matter in the end because we managed to score 3, including a goal for that man again, Gylfi Sigurdsson. I'm going to come back to him in a minute. You notice the transfer window is shut. I will tell you, we didn't sell anyone. So my plans on the financial fair play, still nervy. But then we went to Huddersfield in the FA Cup fourth round. We drew 1-1. It is a rotated side. We did dominate the game, but we could only manage a 1-1 draw. Then a 0-0 draw, pretty dull affair against Manchester United. It's worth noting against Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, this side of it, we've pretty much drawn a blank. I suppose that's a good thing. It means that we're getting to their level. But then perhaps we should have beaten Southampton at home. They just came out after the break and we couldn't get back ahead after they equalised through Andre Correa. But Dominic Berardi did give us a lead, and we were largely the better side. We didn't completely outclass Southampton, so that will be a team that we haven't beaten this season, along with Manchester United, of course. So that is something to improve on next year. Then we had the replay against Huddersfield. Again, it was the rotated side, but we had to go all the way to penalties, and in fact, they had a penalty to win the game. They could have taken the shootout, but they failed to capitalise, and then we took it away from them on that. So I think we won 5-4 on penalties or something like that anyway. But it didn't get too far. It wasn't a classic FM 13-12 shootout or anything like that. It was 5-4, 6-5, something like that. Then we played Bournemouth away. They really are having a terrible season. Harry Arter sent off there late on, but before that we'd already put the game to bed with Lamar, Milik scoring twice and Berardi notching. Then in the FA Cup, we had no trouble dispatching Coventry. We did rotate the side, but we kept in some of the more seasoned veterans, just to make sure we didn't have a repeat of the Huddersfield disasters, really. Mbula back from AFCON duty, so that was good to see. He needed a bit of fitness. He did pick up a torn hamstring or a pulled hamstring on international duty with the DR Congo, so it was good to see him not only come back, but also score. In fact, should we just take a look at that goal? Because it was quite special. He as one of my favourite, you might even know it, American commentators have said he hits this with no regard for humanity. That's straight into the top bin. Absolutely outstanding. So that was a good way to start the tie, and we just went from strength to strength in that game. Really, we should have scored a lot more. You'll notice Coventry didn't even have a single attempt on goal, never mind off target. So that leaves us today with the Champions League to come. It is Celtic. We had a quick look at their side last time when you were with me, but let's take another look at it. So they've got players you'll recognise. They've got Joe Gomez, still on loan from Liverpool. Valued highly. He's having a decent season, in fairness, but then who doesn't in Scotland? No offence, Scotland fans. Roshan Williams will be familiar to a lot of you, and Manchester United youngster. Contract expiring this summer, so he's playing for a move. He's not really earning it over 6.53 overall in the league. Other than that, it's pretty much Celtic players as they currently are, if I'm not mistaken. They've probably signed a couple that I just simply don't know the names of. We mentioned Tom Cleverley before, so he has pretty much finished his career. I don't know who Sergio Sanchez is. He's on loan from Barcelona. He looks pretty good, actually. You'd probably suggest that they start playing him more. I don't know how they're doing for goals. Their top scorer's got, in fairness, Lee Griffiths has got 19, so yeah. But why did they bring him in? Why did they bring him if they're not going to play him? You know? But anyway, that's Barcelona. They're loaning out to Celtic now. So this is the team we're going with. We're going with Butland. We're going with Walker-Peters because of injury or suspension, I should say, to Kieran Trippier. So it is Walker-Peters at right back. Shawcross, Brooks and Tellers complete the back four. Joe Allen and Mbula continue in the middle now, reunited for the first time since AFCON. Berardi on the right side, Lamar in the middle, Vlasic on the left with Milik up front. Dembele's on a scoring drought. He's not scored in now, I think it's 9 games, 10 games. He hit the post in the cup game against Coventry, but he needs to do better. We're going to kick off on the away system. It is the fact that we're away, so we're going to play as though we're away. Seems sensible to me. Seems logical. So that's how we're going to go. Celtic Park then. Difficult place to go as always. We're going to be wearing our sky blue number. Never my favourite kit, to be honest. I'll be looking forward to the new FM18 when Stoke will be in a darker blue shade, so it'll be easier to see on my ageing eyes. Teams are coming out very nice. A Champions League anthem blaring in the background. Champions and all that. Let's hope we can be. So we can go one step further, because the quarter-final stage for a club... and Alex Telles just sort of lifts a leg and takes him down there. Surely you're talking to, just for... Well, 20, I was going to say... No, that's... Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, a card. He's set the tone early there, hasn't he? Jesus. Right, Lamar now on the corner. He swings it across. It's headed back. Well, Brooks probably should have done a little bit better, but... Yeah. Yeah, it was well positioned by Munir. He's developed well from his striking days at Barca and Valencia. Now in goal for Celtic. And let's see how we do then. So 10 minutes played. We've had the only chance of note, although Celtic, according to the stats at least, have. And yeah, that's 2 cards for us now from 5 fouls. Interesting, Celtic yet to complete make a foul in the opening half an hour. Very few teams can commit no free. Yeah, that's 3 yellow cards. They're building up, aren't they? I wouldn't say we're a particularly dirty side, especially since we've only committed 8 fouls to 0. Oh, to 1. Oh, they've been put for it. So at least he's being balanced. He's just being very critical to both sides when it comes to cautions, Mr. Valeri. Lee Griffiths now. He brings it forward. He's done well there, hasn't he? Sinclair. A centre penalty. Sinclair's just running around. That's most unfortunate for Brooksy. I feel, though, that in fairness, the Celtic player was going to put that in. We'll see it on this replay, as much as I hate to see it again. Sinclair drives it across goal. It's deflected once. It's deflected twice, in fairness. Butland's got no chances. It happens. It's deflected twice there. It's most unfortunate. Let's hope we can get straight back into it, though, from kick-off. Mbula to Shawcross. Back to Allen to Mbula. Both central midfielders cautioned. We'll have to keep in mind that with only half an hour on the clock. Vlasic to Milik. Out back to Vlasic. He's very tight there, wasn't it? There wasn't really much of an outlet. But that's a poor ball. And Mbula pick it up again. And now to Milik. Lamar. He finds Berardi. Can he score? No. Deflection for Celtic. Goes for Celtic. As the other deflections did in our penalty area. Right. Come on, boys. We can do this. Maybe we should switch it up a bit. Maybe we should go a bit more attacking. Try and exert some of our better play on the game. I mean, really, we've got a second leg to get through. As long as we're not completely out of touch. After the first leg, I would fancy us to take Celtic at our place. I really would. So I'm not too concerned. As it is now, if the result was to stay the same, it's obviously disappointing, given I think we're a better team. I don't know why I was looking at the Celtic stats there. I mean, they've probably edged it, but the goal they scored was so poor that I begrudge saying those words. Let's get Mbula off. He's still coming back to fitness. So we can't expect a great deal from him. Maybe it is just a little bit too soon for him to be playing Champions League knockout football after playing in Africa for a month. That's so simple. A completely unmarked Lee Griffiths. I did say maybe they should be playing the other guy. I wish they had. He might not have been there. But that's 2-0 now, and really, they haven't... I mean, they've only created one clear-cut chance to our 2. I mean, why he's unmarked there, I do not know. The defence is a shambles. Jack Butland, again, no chance with that at all. Can't blame him. The ratings seem to be blaming Ryan Shawcross, who I returned to the side, based purely on his ability to deal with set pieces. How wrong I were. Right, come on now. If we can get an away goal, that really does put a different complexion on the tie. That's not a bad effort. Munir, though, he seems to be quite a good goalkeeper, doesn't he? Misused up front for all those years. What can we do then? I don't feel we can do a huge amount. I don't think we've been poor. I think we've been okay. I think Celtic have been fortunate with the goals they've scored. I think it's been an even game in general. But we've just got to be better than this. if we want to progress. And I think maybe Berardi, will he get there? He will get there, and he does get an away goal. That's a bit of a weird one for the goalkeeper to concede. Minia there, perhaps sympathetic with his former strikers union, and Berardi got in behind him. I don't know what he's doing here. He seems to have given up. Maybe he thought he was offside. It could have been. Maybe he thought the flag was up, and then his arm goes up. He's complaining about it, but he's got nothing to complain about. Right, 2-1. Gives us something to work with, at least in the second leg, if not this leg. Now, Tellez. He's facing up there. Asasibar, Sigurdsson, finds Berardi. It's into the bottom corner. We've recovered it. We've scored 2 in 3 minutes, and that puts us firmly back in control of the tie, in my opinion. I don't see Celtic scoring this many goals at the Bet365. I really don't. I think we're going to... I've bigged him up, Munir, and he's been awful there, really. It's shambolic. Shambolic, to say the least, Munir. No wonder Barca let you go. Right, what are we going to do then? Last 10, 15 minutes. We're going to bring on Ayer, just against his former club. It's tempting to bring on Dembele for that former striker impact. But Milik's just been playing very well. So I think in general, I don't necessarily mean this game, obviously, he's not scored today. But his overall play in recent weeks has been excellent. He's really upped his game after a very poor start to the season. Here's Vlasic now, he'll shoot. That's not a bad save for Munir. He's back on form. He's hit and miss. Maybe that was his problems as a striker as well. Anyway, Sigurdsson lofts it over to the far post. Sigurdsson won't get anywhere near it. And Sinclair will try and bring it away, but that should be highlight over. Vlasic collects. We've certainly had all of the second half, you would say, despite Lee Griffiths' goal for Celtic's second. Berardi deflected it in. 3-2. We'll certainly be now coming off the normal formation. The home system, and we'll go on to more of our counter style. It was a speculative effort that's just sort of rebounded in off someone's shins or calves or his backside for Joe Gomez. Thank you, Joe. Much appreciated. Don't give up the day job. 3-2 then, so we managed to turn it around. It was all doom and gloom, and now we've got 3 away goals and the lead. So we'll take a very strong position back to Stoke-on-Trent for that second leg, assuming nothing else occurs. Notice the defence is a little tired. The fullbacks certainly do a lot of running. Can we make it even better? Vlasic swings home. Asasibar gets his first goal for the club, and it is 4-2. 4 away goals. It's very unlikely now that we'll see anything other than a Stoke progression in that second leg, which I do intend to be bringing to you. However, we do have the League Cup final in just a few days' time, this coming Sunday. So I will probably earmark that as next episode, and the Celtic return leg will be the next episode after that. So that'll be 14. Then the second leg will be 15, and we'll hopefully have no major surprises in between. We're still waiting. I may have missed it, but I'm sure we haven't. I'm still waiting on Brexit. I mean, we're into 2019. I'm sure it would have happened by now. So I don't actually know the scenario that we've got. I don't know if there's a set date that Brexit is supposed to trigger, but I thought it was November-ish 2018. But who knows? As soon as I know, you'll know. Right, so that was excellent. As I say, we've got the League Cup final to come against Manchester United. That's this coming Sunday, so the next episode there won't be anything to fill in on. It will purely be a cup special. I'll get the suit out. You won't be able to see me, of course. If you would like to leave any comments about what you think could improve the quality of the episodes, a camera is something that I have thought of. I know a lot of the popular streamers, I suppose streamers as well, creators do use the cameras, something a bit different there from what I'm classically used to when I used to watch videos and when I was a lot younger, when they first started to come out on YouTube. A camera was not even considered here, you know. So it's not something I've started with. But if it is that people feel it will be beneficial, if people like to see the reactions, deep frustration at certain things, then I'm more than open to that kind of idea. Other ideas warmly received, so please do pop them in the comments. Otherwise, I'd like to thank you very much for watching today. I will, of course, be seeing you for that cup final. It's going to be great. We'll try and get our first piece of silverware in the bag. If you do like to follow me at Knock It Wide on the Twitters, please do like the video if you've enjoyed it so far, and subscribe for far more content coming soon. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.